I want to spend some time is how you learn and how you grow as an owner of a company. And I think there is a misconception because you spent so much time in the beginning stages trying to learn all the things yourselves and do everything yourself. And so you're going like on the far end of the other spectrum, thinking that every time you need to learn something new, that you just want someone in to come in and clean up your messes and do it for you. And that is dangerous and not always effective, and really does not take into account the nuances of your business and can be really dangerous. And so, I see some of you trying to go from buying like almost like pocket products, where like little courses, little things on very specific areas of business. So you want to learn about Pinterest, or you want to learn about SEO or whatever. And so like you're trying to buy a small course to learn a thing and then go do the thing and then maybe eventually offload it to a person. But then you have these areas of your business where you get into it and I'm like, this isn't a task you need to learn how to do. This is like philosophy level stuff. This is like you growing as a human, you learning new ways of thinking, you developing yourself as a leader, as a manager, as an owner of a company.
Well, and let's go back to the way that we all know it doesn't matter which way it's delivered, the medium of content, but the way that we all learn best is by digesting content and then implementing, right? And then like turning around and doing something with that. And so the reason why there are so many high level programs that are about really high level topics for your business, restructuring, learning, setting up systems, whatever, I feel like the best ones that perform are kind of what we went back to the very beginning, where part of it is done for you. Maybe there are templates provided, or there are scripts, or there are like exact roadmaps to follow. That's the done for you part, because that part has built, it's been vetted, the framework is done, it exists. Here's how you follow it. But in order to follow it, you have to implement changes to your pricing, to your packages, to your website, to your copy, to your processes. And you have to implement the things that you're learning, because ultimately, and I'm going to say it, that is your literal job. You as the CEO founder, and we did this too. That's the only reason why I feel this passionate about saying it like this. You as the CEO and founder are spending way too much time learning and implementing and doing all of the tasks that you are not making enough time for the thought leadership that is absolutely critical and crucial to the health and integrity of your company and your team, the growth and profitability and sustainability of your company. So many different aspects that you are pushing off the calendar, you are not paying attention to, you are not spending time on, because all of these other things seem sexy and flashy and fun to check off the list, when all of those things aren't your job anymore. The other pieces, and it's a different part of your brain, and it's a different part of like really being intentional about how you're spending your time, because sometimes in thought leadership, you feel like you're not working because you're not being like busy doer, clicking around the mouse and the computer and like hustling and filing and doing all of the things. So it feels different, but it is no less important. In fact, it's more important.
Right. Okay. So with all that being said, I think it could be easy to think, well, then I just want to work with one person. Well, then I just need to work with one person on this one thing, and then I'll be good. And so here's the thing. I think really attuned CEOs are aware that working with one person provides a really siloed perspective and can ultimately lead to problems in their business. What one person do you need to be working with consistently? A psychologist. You need a therapist, my friends.
LOL.
You need any business owner with more than one employee needs a therapist you see consistently, not to talk about business, but to handle the stress, to handle the holding space for other people, to handle the personal development while balancing all the life shit that's happening. And like, how do you work through that and not let it affect you at work? And it's going to affect you at work. And so how do you do all that shit? You need a therapist. Okay. So like,
that's your
healthy
one-on-one.
CEOs, healthy CEOs need a one-on-one therapist. Healthy CEOs are also super aware that putting themselves in a room with other people that have similar struggles, similar issues, similar concerns, similar things they're going
Goals.
through, the collective knowledge you can garner from there should be a leader of this group. There should be leaders guiding you and giving you some individualized attention along the way. But being a part of a group program, you have the opportunity to learn from the masses, and there will be things that the leader of that group could never offer you, but
Yep.
because you're in the room, you learn something from other people who are in, you know, similar niches, but
Yep.
but also ones that are not at all in your industry. And you'll be shocked the amount of information you will just simply
Yeah.
get from being around other people of businesses of your size.
Well, and I like to think of it as, and I say this in the kindest way possible, but like for those of you who are hell bent on receiving one-on-one coaching to like learn new things, to me, that says that you feel like you're the smartest person in the room and that you're going to ask all the right questions and you know exactly what you need to get there, and you just don't. And that's okay. That is so freaking okay. That is actually
Well, you know what?
refreshing.
I encourage you, like, it takes maturity to get to this point, but you will benefit more from not being the smartest person in the room
Yes.
than consistently being teacher's pet long term.
It feels good to be teacher's pet. Trust us, we chased that high for so long and then we realized we didn't get anywhere. And I just like, I cannot even express to you the magic that happens in group coaching, not just for you as the consumer, right? You're in it, you're participating, and you're learning. Someone's going to ask a question you didn't thought of. Someone's going to be in an industry that's not yours, but you can hack something that they've implemented that will work for you, and you would have never gotten that idea somewhere else. Because again, when like it feels good to be in a tunnel, right? To be in that feedback loop of constant like validation of your ideas, and those aren't helpful. And so we also need to know when we need to remove those, like remove ourselves from those situations. But as a provider of a group coaching experience and as someone who is the leader of one, I also cannot tell you how often new ideas spark for us to make things for you because of the experience that comes from group coaching. So you're enabling everyone to rise together, to learn together, to improve themselves together and exponentially in a situation like that.